So, the first question right now is, we know that in our society right now, especially the educational system, I'm asking you because you're a lecturer and you've been in this lecturing world for a very long time. Okay. So, we truly want to know, how is it that even though our students are not particular about education, because you hear a great number of them saying that school is a scam, we don't care about school, just go and make money. The priority right now is go and make money. But then during admission time, you see a greater number of students trooping in for admission, going to take jam, and then a great number of them will express happiness on the grounds that they've gotten admission. Now, I see the contradiction in the whole thing. On one hand, they want to secure admission into school. On the other hand, they don't really want to go to school. So what do you think is the cause of this whole thing?
Okay, thank you very much. Basically, I don't know, like you said, introduction might not be necessary. You've done a little part by saying I'm a lecturer, and damn true. There's what we call epicurism in scholarship. Epicurism in the sense that epicurism is a philosophical statement that borders on enjoyment, pleasure, leisure, and the rest of it, sensual leisure. They believe that, yes, they believe that they are coming together for, in quotes, academic purpose, where there is an underpinning intention, or what we call underlying intention, and that borders on epicurism. Whereby people will come together, will see ourselves, will exchange social ideas as against academic ideas.
Good.
For the fact that we are coming to catch on.
Exactly.
Free space usage.
Okay.
They play emphasis on that. Okay. And that is the motivation of seeking for admission.
Okay.
Then the brag rights.
Okay.
Academic brag rights, whereby if my friend or my colleague is going to school, I think I'm not bad to go to school as well.
Exactly.
I have to go to school.
Okay.
Because there is this competition involved that I need to go to school, because if OKK can study this, I too can do it.
Okay.
Regardless, whatever the intention OKK bears in mind,
okay,
it is not the person's interest. The fact that this person is doing it, I need to do it. So that is why at the end of the whole thing, it look as if the so-called 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, or how many numbers, whatever courses they are attributed to, is actually falls down to a waste.
Exactly.
Because there is no purpose, there is no zeal.
Exactly. There is no purpose, there is no zeal attached to it.
Exactly. So it's all about, like I said, two major factors: epicurism, and then that brag right that centers on competitiveness among themselves.
Good. Now, does parents have a way to initiate this factor of bragging rights? Because I know so many students, and when I say parents, because a great number of people talk about, I didn't want to study this course, but my parents moved me to study this course, But I know that one thing right now in our society is that most parents in Nigeria right now, on one hand, they want their children to go to school.
Okay.
But when we look at it intrinsically, we know that they really don't want their children to go and learn. They want their children to go and make money, thinking by going to school. So the question is, does our parents send us to school for the right reason or for the wrong reason? As to why this kind of things, are seen emanated or emanative in the lives of students?
Okay, basically, of course, you can never eliminate family factor. Without further ado, our parents play a vigorous role towards this issue. For some of them, they believe that that you have to go and do this so that you will not feel insulted.
Okay.
Maybe that is the first motive.
Okay.
So that you will not feel insulted. Look at my friend. My brother sent his children to school. Therefore, you will not be a lost cause.
Okay.
You have to follow the same procedure.
Okay.
Okay. Then you now discover that if you don't do this to them, it means that you are bringing shame
to them.
Exactly. You are bringing shame to the family.
Exactly.
You are bringing insult to the family.
Exactly.
Then, considering money, I can even say that the issue of sending your child to school in order to go and obtain resources is based on the opaque concept that is being held previously when education was given a specialized priority.
Okay.
Whereby it is believed that once you are through with school, you must actually get a reasonable
job. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was before.
Okay.
But I don't think that mentality still holds sway.
Exactly.
Currently.
Exactly.
Because for them, I think the issue of if this person is doing it, go and do it.
Do it.
That is the surrounding concept towards the idea of go and get educated. And then another thing, the brag rights for them.
Exactly.
Like, for example, I'm a lawyer as a father.
Exactly.
My mom is a doctor.
Exactly.
You cannot be a dropout.
Exactly.
You are bringing shame to me.
Okay.
That's how will I stand before the society? That there's this tendency that when they say barrister so and so, look at the children are barristers, the children are doctors and all that.
Exactly.
That the thing creates a better synergy.
Okay.
Than when you now say that the children are not educated.
Okay.
So I don't think it's all about resources again now. It's all about let us uplift the family name so that nobody will feel insulted.
Okay. So that's good.
You know, we're raising their academic status.
Exactly.
In the society.
So it's a question of raising academic status in the society. Now, looking at the first point, one thing I've come to really understand is that the intention of our parents in Nigeria is not about the education, but about go and do this, your friends are doing it.
Damn true.
Because when you look at it, it's not just resident with education, it's also resident with money. Okeke has made money. Go and what are you doing? Abama had gotten married. What are you doing? In most cases, they will tell you, Linda is pregnant. Linda had given birth to so many children. What is still happening? So you find out that they begin to move their children. Do you understand? Now, even with boys, with their male children, you see that in most cases, when you see that your son, you know that your son as a mother is not eligible for marriage, but you're still pushing it. Okay, go and get married. Why? What's the purpose of getting married? Because Amobi had gotten married. Do you understand? And you find out that this is the problem we have in our society. Now, but here is some other question. We know that, just like you stated, there are so many reasons to this, reasons of competitiveness, reasons of family level, family values, just like you stated. When a father is a doctor and the mother is a lawyer, they wouldn't want to have a school dropout. Do you understand? But in most cases, they are not even seeing it from a school dropout this time. They're now looking at, you must either be a doctor or a lawyer. Irrespective of the fact that, okay, on the grounds that they don't even want to know whether their child wants to be a doctor or whether their child wants to be a lawyer. Probably if their child wants to be maybe a mass communicationist or however they put you on, or a journalist, they'll be like, no, you must have to be a lawyer. Now, what impact does that have in our society? That impact of parents moving their children based on, not because of the education, but based on the fact that they want to maintain family bragging right, like it's like a family thing.
Okay.
Do you understand? They want to elevate their status based on status and not based on the contribution your child gives to the society.
It brings about educational devalueness.
Okay.
Normally education is supposed to be a refinery, an accelerator that's inculcated in discipline. That's why people ask you, what is your discipline?
Exactly.
It means that once you've gone through the panacea of education, you're expected to be a disciplined person.
Okay.
In reasoning, in operation, in behavior, in fact, in all ramification.
And in character.
Exactly. But when you are being pushed or you are being altered as to what you want as a person because you want to live up to the family name, or because you want to respect your parents like they will see it, or let me use the word, because you want to honor their decision, their educational decision. You find that it goes to the level of educational criminality.
Good. Educational criminality.
Because one, you are not interested in doing this. And believe you me, you are doing that thing because you want to satisfy someone's decision. And you will not bring out the best of that thing.
Exactly.
That thing will not pass through you.
Exactly.
I've seen people, in fact, when I was reading law, somebody told me that I'm doing this thing because of my parents. So once I'm through, I'll just give them certificate.
See?
So if you ask that person, this law you studied, can you say that the knowledge of this course had passed through you? Is a waste. Because the person believes in fashion, or the person believes that the best place I will see myself better in practicing journalism.
Okay.
And you've already altered his dream or her dream.
Exactly.
And when you are doing such alteration, you are indirectly affecting his concept with the society.
Exactly. Society. Good.
It's not a problem.
Yes.
And when this thing becomes the way, this person will not give better impact to the society. That's why the person has studied a very vigorous course or a very sensible course that should refine the person. The person will tell you that I just wasted my time doing this course.
Exactly.
Because I'm no longer the person I'm expected to be.
Exactly.
And if you make further pressure on me, the person becomes a pure nuisance.
Pure nuisance.
The more you can be saying that, yes, you're a doctor, my wife is a lawyer, and my children are all a doctor in medical practice. But for them, they are not reasonable for the society.
Exactly.
Because whatever it is they didn't feel they have studied, they did it for you.
Exactly.
It is not for them.
So they
will not bring out the impact for the society. They'll bring out the impact for you.
For you. So the priority is the society.
Yes.
Not you not as a parent.
As a parent, exactly.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you see that in most cases we blame our politicians. But this is some other factor that we don't even see, at which we resonate to crippling our society, at which we resonate to giving our children the wrong impression, at doing things for the wrong reasons. Now, I have a question for our lecturer. Now, listen. It's so said that prior time, people see education as an avenue to generate fund, meaning that education as it's supposed to be, because I hear a number of people saying that when things were good, at least if you go to school, you're sure you have a job. Okay. But now let's look at it. Because these students right now, they feel disappointed in education because they have their mindset set on that. And when education is no longer giving them that, that is the reason why they come out to say that school is a scam. Okay. But now, enlighten us, bro. Truly, was education created to give us money? Was the intent of education created to give us money? Because I think this is what teachers are supposed to start teaching students even before they secure admission into schools, so that they could help to separate wheat from the chaff or the chaff from the wheat, and engage people that truly want to come into school. Like, please enlighten us, please.
Okay, for me, I cannot say that education in the real sense of it is the epicenter of money. Not at all. Education can be seen like it's an idea that facilitates the concept of money. Okay, it's like when there is a skill, you don't know your left and right. That skill is embedded, but you don't know how to further that skill.
Exactly.
Education helps you to captivate the concept of that skill.
Exactly.
So in making money, you're not seeing education as an instrument to make that money.
Good.
You are seeing education as a panacea to facilitate the concept of that money.
Okay.
So that when you, like I said, remember, like started by saying that education is a discipline.
Is a discipline, yes.
So it's not that you are now getting educated or you want to be educated so that you start making money. No. It is the education that will direct you on the path to make money.
Exactly.
That's just the way it is. So anybody giving anybody the idea that you are now being educated because tomorrow now, once you are done reading this, you start seeing money. that is a lie. That is a concept. That is a mirage.
That's a mirage.
It's a facade, if I have to put it that
way.
Okay, what education can actually do for you is that even when you think that you are in an island, the idea you've acquired can help you generate something.
Exactly.
That's the power of education. Exactly. And that is why people should be educated, not because of the fact that they want to see money first. Okay. People should be educated because they want to get the idea that will settle them.
Okay.
And when you have that education that will finance that idea, finesse, not like finance.
That will finesse the idea. Finesse, so not finance. That was you people like finance.
That will empower the idea. You find out that the issue of making money will not be a problem.
Exactly. Okay, so now let's look at this. Is money now, like you said, education is not for money, but it gives you a skill and discipline, of which money is part of it. Now, is money the only reward gotten? Let's just say you went to school and eventually money comes. Is money the only reward, or is it the major reward that comes when you're educated?
I think it's even the least reward. For me, that's my perspective. Anybody can say anything contrary to
I agree with you.
I think it's even the least reward. I think education makes you a better person.
Exactly.
What about your personality?
Exactly.
As a human being, For the fact that people cannot relate well in the society makes the society what you call an epitome of vices.
An epitome of vices.
But with education, that's why it refines. That is when you can see human being as human being.
Exactly.
When you are working with a colleague in an office, it is the power of education that will make that person to resonate effectively with you.
Exactly.
But when you think that it's all about money, you are training animals.
Exactly. Now, this brings me to this other question. How is it that in school, while we're in school, you see a greater number of students over a period of time that would even block you from sitting down? Like, there are so many students, like in such way that you would feel that the moment we come out in the labor market, owing to the fact that there are so many people in school, that in our time of coming out in the labor market, we actually go to see people with refined mindsets. Now, why is this so? Is it the fault of the school system, the fault of the parents, the fault of the students, or the fault of lecturers? Of course, lecturers part of the school system or something like that. Who do you think is actually on the fault, or whose fault is it?
You might not actually alienate these three people you mentioned.
Good.
Jackie. One, let me start with the family. There is this like competition. You are going for this, you should come out tops. That is the indoctrination given to you. In fact, there was one thing my colleague told me. He said that he told his son, if you are in school and you don't seem to know, ensure that you are in friendship with people that knows. In other words, do everything possible so that you get to the apogee, to the zenith. Whether you are doing it right or wrong, just ensure that you are among the tops. So this is the euphoria created, so that even if you need to cheat nature or you need to cheat the system to get to the top, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Parents don't care.
The process, there's what we call, even in the Bible, they said precept by precept. There is a ladder. You must understand the process.
Okay.
But because of the fact that this emphasis of getting a better certificate, people seems to expunge the process.
Okay.
And anybody can do anything. So our parents, once you present that good result, say, this is my wonderful son, this is my wonderful daughter, you made me proud.
Good.
So you did not care to ask yourself, how are you able to get to this stage?
The most important is how.
The how is not being in question. Just get it. That's why when let's say for example that somebody performed maybe average, another person came out with distinction, and the person that came out with distinction cannot even face the society squarely, but the person that performed average can actually find his or her way out in society. And people are asking, but how come your result is like this? It becomes a question mark. But the person with better results, the society is busy elevating that person with better results. Without minding, without asking, what are the process of getting that better result?
Okay.
And this becomes the problem.
Okay.
And when opportunities issued to such people, they make nonsense of it.
Okay.
And they keep promulgating rubbish for the society.
Exactly.
But those people that are within the average step, that took their time to understand the process, they will tell you that their result is seemingly good or is not that good.
Okay.
And they will toss them out.
Good.
That they are not fit and proper.
Good.
It becomes the problem. Good. So the family plays a what we call basic vigor towards this. It is the mentality.
Basic. Yeah.
The mentality given to these students.
Exactly.
Then when you talk about the school, of course, competition shrouds. Everybody, we are all running. Come out with good grade. Come out with good grade. Do it the way you want to do it, and that is why this thing of to exam malpractice.
Exactly.
Because if you ask the person that is doing exam malpractice, ask the person, why are you doing exam malpractice? The person wants to shunt. Let me cheat the system and still step out with that good grade. At the end, you go and sort your lecturers. So that while you sorting your lecturer, you still want the good grade.
Exactly.
But you did not level for the good grade.
Exactly.
You did not allow the process to pass through you.
Exactly.
You want to have it all.
Exactly.
So that when you talk about are you with good grade, of course I came out tops in my class.
Exactly.
Without understanding the process of coming out tops.
Exactly.
So while you are in competition, you are doing evil to sustain that high level.
Exactly.
Okay. And even the system makes it worse for them. Because one, there is this emphasis that if you don't do this, you will not move forward. That's why in the Western world they create opportunity that even if you were not able to get this opportunity now, they have this what they call summer program, whereby you can use that opportunity to recoup yourself better. Because they know that some people will say that exam is not the true test of knowledge. To an extent, they are right.
Yes.
Because they know that there might be forces or there might be situations surrounding you at that time that you might not be able to get this. Instead of you trying to cheat nature, they will give you time. So that when people are resting, people that made it, seemingly made it are resting, you use that time to recoup yourself so that when the semester starts properly, everybody will be together. So there will not be any form of shame that you are carrying over when people are moving forward, or maybe there's a problem. But to them, they know that you have been able to remedy your way. You've paid the price. While others are resting, you are doing your remedial courses.
Exactly.
So that when everybody starts, you start with them.
Exactly.
These things are avenue created so that the system will not truncate the mindset of the people. But in this place, because of the fear of reference, because of the shame attached to reference or carryover, people can do anything to ensure that they follow the moving ship or the moving train.
Good.
Thereby cheating the system.
Okay.
Thereby doing what is evil. Okay. Thereby inculcating every form of academic vices. Okay. To ensure that they hit tops. Okay. They will sort. Outside doing exam malpractice, they will sort. They will present their body. They will do everything so that at the end, if you're talking about I made decision of first, they'll tell you I also made 2-1. True. So nobody is now questioning how are you going to defend it in society, because they know that even in that society they will still find their way through.
Exactly. Even in the society, they will still find their way through. So now, from what I gathered in what you said right now, the educational system in Nigeria does not have a way to make importance in how a student actually became what he or she is. Exactly. Because there was something you said before time. You said, in situation where you see a student with a good grade but cannot face the society. Meanwhile, a student with an average grade that can face the society. Which means and this is one thing we tend to have mostly in our society, which means that there must be a compromise in the school system or educational system where people are not totally checked as to knowing that, making the society know that if this guy cannot face me, it automatically reflects on his results. But if this guy can face me, it automatically reflects on his result. Now we're beginning to see contradictions in their results and their ability to face the society. A situation whereby the person that can face the society fair and square, when you look at his results, it does not correspond. Exactly. But the person that cannot face the society fair and square, when you look at the result, it doesn't truly correspond at all. Then secondly, the system at which our educational institution created in introducing this competition, where people are competing amongst themselves instead of competing with themselves only. Please, how does this totally affect our society? How does it affect our society?
Of course, without mixing words to these statements, it is without doubt that students with this kind of mindset, they've already been told that even if you shunt your way, just excel. Even if the process is bad, come out tops.
And why do they want you to come out tops? Because I can tell you, come out tops based on the fact that you have been able to exasperate, or you've been able to exhaust, or like Miles Monroe would say, maximize all your potentials, because it's good for one to come out tops. But then the problem with school is, come out tops for what? Is it for the purpose of serving your society very well, or come out top so that you can be assumed to be better than Okafor or those people, so that as in within the people, like, come out tops for what?
Basically, personal interest.
See,
personal interest, because if you look at what is happening now in our schools, in fact, there was a comment that when we are running a review during one of our lecturer forum, we started making an argument that we are graduating nonsense. That our students are not feasible graduates for the society. So it's all about personal interest, whereby that if your result comes, like if people are trying to weigh your certificate, they'll say that yes, His part is involved in what is expected, not necessarily what you will give to society. Because they believe that if you come to that bridge, one or the other, you will cross.
You will cross through.
Not minding how is the process being enjoyed. It becomes a question mark. How many of our students can go back to the classroom and impact other lives?
A vital question.
That is a question mark.
A vital question.
How many?
These were the things our fathers were able to do then.
Then true. In fact, they linger. We are happy for it. That if they have given you, you have to give to others.
Exactly.
But in a situation like this, you find out that it's all about what do I stand to gain, not what I will give to the society.
As against what Abraham Lincoln said.
Beautiful.
And that's the problem in our society. Looking for what the society will give to you, or what you can take from the society, not what you can give
to the society. You know, that's why if you meet some of my colleagues, for example, most of them, they believe that their ability to lecture is based on what they will gain, not necessarily how they will reflect lives. And that is why when students come for lectures, they are infinitesimal in attendance. Why? Because the zeal is no longer there. They believe that after all, after this, I'll go and give him money. But when they realize that this man is out for a purpose, this man wants the best for us, and they will see through it, not that they realize, they will know that this man is really out for them. They will sit up, realizing that this man wants the best for them, so that in the next generation to come, they will stand like this man and impact other lives. And that is why, since the mentality of these people impacting, the lecturers impacting have been affected, what do you expect from the students?
Exactly.
It has been affected badly. So those people that they are indoctrinating, they are giving them even worse effects. And like the Lord said, "Nemo that will not have that, you cannot give what you don't have."
Nemo that will not have that.
If you are empty, you will impact vague. But when you are resourceful, your body will reflect it. Money cannot buy resources.
Exactly.
Money cannot buy ideas.
Exactly.
And when you have something to offer, you'll be happy to give it out.
Exactly.
And when you see that the society you met previously is being established to a better path, it gives you joy. I think that should speak better volume than you earning from that society.
Exactly.
Or trying to usurp the society. Let me use the word, usurping the society.
Exactly. Usurping the society. Now, what are the advantages? Because a great number of them don't see advantages on the grounds that your interest is in a better society than in your interest in what you can acquire for yourself. Now, I want you please to explain and emphasize the advantages, because one thing we don't know is that everything we're seeing right now is because of our stupid minds, because of our retarded mindset towards academia.
Exactly.
Now, what are the advantages in doing the things we do for contributing to the wellness and the betterment of our society than doing the things we do just to acquire so much for ourselves? Please, what are the advantages?
Basically, refined mindsets.
Good.
That is the most essential advantage towards this perspective. When education as the master of refiner touches a person, there's every tendency, education solely called, not what we have now. There's every tendency the person will be a better person.
Okay.
And when you are in a relationship with a better person, things are seamlessly easy.
You're comfortable.
You are comfortable.
You're comfortable.
You can say that this person is a brother.
Exactly.
You will not have any fear, because you know that the way you are reasoning, the person is reasoning alike. Because you both have been refined properly. You can actually cohabit with such a person without having that fear that something bad might come out. And I think when you have a meaningful society, what else are you looking out for? Even the asset of making money becomes better. It becomes preferable. You see? Because the mindset have already been altered in a better way.
Exactly.
So you can actually sleep knowing that this person will not defraud you.
So you see, what you're trying to say right now is that we have criminality in our society.
Absolutely.
Because of this compromise in our educational system. Now, when we want to emphasize criminality, let us even take away the part of robbery, kidnap, internet fraud. Now we're talking about political looting. We're talking about police extortions and all these briberies and all this. Now we're even talking about heartbreaks that occur in relationships between boys and girls. Because this is the one that's crippling so many people. This is all to the fact that our educational system has increasingly been compromised. Do you understand the situation right now? I hope you people understand what compromise in our educational system has brought to our society. Now, one of the major things he said, which is interesting, is that now there is poverty in our society that has been well provided for, because there are people defrauding others. Do you understand? So your father who worked is supposed to be deserving of so many things, but owing to the fact that our educational system, which has been compromised, reflected in people's ideology and mentality, some people are taking more than they should have.
Exactly.
Are you seeing what lack of education, you see the criminality brings to the society? Now, let us hear from our lecturer. What do you think are the recommendations at which we can give or ooze out to people that they can forbear, such that all these discrepancies, all these problems can be taken away or resolved?
Okay, basically family reorientation. That I say the family because the family is a microcosm of the society. It starts from the family. You know, our parents should do better. You know, emphasis on a certificate should not be the concept of education. There's this tendency. Remember that education cuts across in three folds. We have the formal, we have the informal, we have the semi-formal.
The semi-formal
education, exactly.
Okay.
So while the classroom gives the formal aspects, the parent gives the informal aspect.
Okay.
So in our giving the informal aspect as parents, we should try to make our children understand the concept that while you are going to school, they should understand the purpose of going to school for what it should be, as against what is present, what we are seeing. And when they're able to see that, they will be able to appreciate that education should actually uplift their mindset to be a better person in the society. Not necessary for them to be to encourage their selfish interest, or not necessary for them to usurp the society for their own nature or for their interest alone, but rather it should be all about let us do these things so that our idiosyncrasies will complement with other people in order to make us better and also make them better. That is why I said it starts with the family. Then the next step should be a revamp of our educational system. Our educational system is in a frequent mess.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm sorry to say it, because I can't even understand what is going on. You know, people need to be altered, and it still have to do with their mindset. They see life, they see this avenue as I don't know how to put it. Do I say a demonic venture, whereby you must get what you want by all means. Even in our educational system is becoming worse than the political system.
Exactly. Because that's where it starts.
It's becoming worse than a political system, whereby somebody will tell you that you're a lecturer, you are trying to, you're not even aspiring. It's what we call academic depravity. You are taking it to an extent whereby you must get this thing. If you don't get this thing, these students will suffer. And when students are forced to suffer from that angle, what do you think they will do? They will forfeit the good aspect and take on with the bad aspect.
Exactly.
So such people, such bad egg needs to be altered. It's like a matrix. They need to remove such system, such keys from educational system. Because before you call somebody a lecturer, it means that this person has passed through a rigorous stage of character examination. It is not only that the fact that you are good with books, or that you speak well, or that if you are being subjected to a test, you will just ace it. No. What about your character?
In character and in learning.
That is the concept of our certificate.
Exactly.
In Nigeria, as so to say, maybe more in theory instead of practice. In character and in learning. What is the aspect of your character? As a lecturer, you should say there's what we call Sigmund Freud brought about the three distinct natures of human structure: the ID, the ego, and the superego. As a lecturer, you should aspire to be on the level of superego.
Superego.
There are things
Your high frequency.
Thank you. There are things you should not be annexed. In fact, they say that he's a lecturer. You're not. It's just like a pastor. You're not supposed to do this. This thing besmirch your personality. You are not supposed to be involved with this. And when we start working with people like that, the society will be a better place.
Exactly.
Because if I cannot do this, how will I treat people that will do otherwise?
Exactly.
It's not possible now.
Exactly.
It is when I can do evil, then of course I'm training evil.
Of course.
But when I know that I stand on the path that is good, nobody will utter such paths. Because I will not even compare them. When they see your life, they will follow suit.
Exactly.
They will know that, yes, if this man is like this, because they are watching you.
Yeah.
Your life is a lifestyle to them.
Exactly.
They will have no other choice than to follow suit.
Exactly.
They will have no other choice than to read. In fact, that reminds me of something. I remember in IMT, for example, when they are writing an exam, I notice my students make choice of lecturers they will study their course.
Exactly.
Like they will tell you that, you see this man, I don't need to read for his course because I know that I will make it.
Good.
After writing the exam, let me go and meet the man, I will pass.
Good.
I have listened to some students. For some lecturer, they tell you that, read your book, oh, this man will not. In fact, you can't even come near to this man. It's better for you to read. In fact, at the mention of this man, better go and read. You see them, they are serious reading. Even people that they believe that they cannot read, they will force themselves to read because of their personality.
Exactly.
So imagine if most of our lecturers would take on such
that particular personality
of
being fair and moving students to study.
Making a better society becomes inevitable.
Exactly.
Not just the way it is.
Now you see.
So that helps to refine. Of course, the church also plays
a vital role.
Because in fact, even our churches are also usurping. The way our school system is usurping these students. Because though the churches are regarded as moral usurpers, they will use the cloak of righteousness to cover their vice. But the underlying intention is known. But because of the fact that they are presenting light that is bequeathed with darkness, people might not understand what is happening. You see the way it is. So if you want to make a better society for these people, you should de-emphasize the concept of making money. Build their reasoning.
Exactly.
Build their mindset.
Exactly.
Make them understand the concept of process, not the concept that God will favor you.
Exactly.
That you climb from 1 to 8. That is not how God works.
That's not how God works.
Jesus works. That is not how my Jesus works.
Exactly.
Because there is a principle. They say that our God is
a God of principle.
God of principle. You should make them understand that there are stages and stages to life.
Exactly.
And when emphasis is placed on this, I think that is the better path to salvation.
Exactly. That is the better path to
righteousness.
Exactly.
In fact, somebody under such indoctrination, you made that person a better person than the idea of projecting miracle because you need money.
Exactly.
Because that is underlying intention.
Exactly.
People lay emphasis on miracle because what is the motive? Money.
Exactly.
But when money becomes the motive, you can do a lot of things. You will forget the better parts to build their reasoning because you want what they will see. Is it the concept? Is it the idea? You want them to come and see, are they watching movies? Instead of you to reflect, what are they seeing? They should come and see what we call mind re-examination and revisit their mind as against trying to make them understand the fact that they can actually do little and earn more. Or they can not even doing little, they will not do anything more.
Where a situation where they don't have to sow to reap.
That is terrible.
A situation where they don't have to sow to reap kind of reminds me of what Nigerian men make women believe.
Exactly. And you find out that if these things are being put into, I don't even want to call the government because these things are part of the government.
Exactly.
Believe you me, if you look into all these things, the government will be better off.
True.
Because who are the government?
True.
We are the government.
True.
So there's no, I don't want to call them because I don't see them as a sector.
Exactly.
Because I see them as part of this tripartite concept: the family, the school, and the church.
The family, the school, and the church make up the government. So if you're looking for your political, even your politicians, gathering from what our lecturer is trying to tell us, even your politicians were once students.
Of course.
Even your politicians come from families. Even your politicians are members of a religious center, which is a church.
Members. There are some of them are even knights.
Do you understand? So when we say our politicians are no, it's not them. These things we're talking about. If a problem is in a society, we have to go to family number 1, the school number 2, the church number 3. So I'm pretty sure a great number of us have heard this. I hope we can hear this and try to make a change. I hope people that are in charge of school systems, people that are in charge of the church system or religious system, and families, most especially our parents. Parents, please, it starts with you. This informal and forced education, which is the priority of education, starts with you. Because I've come to see that even students who come from bad homes go to school and reflect that evil from their homes on students, on their fellow students. They go to church because right now you notice that in our society, people are beginning to see school as a gathering like any other gathering. They see church as a gathering like any other gathering. Because we know that if our churches have ways that it's strict with a number of things, people would feel uncomfortable if their mind is not open towards that which is right. They'll feel uncomfortable. But you find out that churches are now places where even the worst personalities come in and feel comfortable.
That's what matters.
You know, and they give us the wrong impression that everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome. You notice that even when Peter met Christ, you notice that there was a change. As why he said, without Christ even telling him anything, because of that energy, people shouldn't come to church and feel comfortable. Do you understand? Criminal-minded people should not come to school and feel comfortable. They shouldn't. If our schools know what they are doing, criminals should not come to school and feel comfortable. Bad people should not come to church and feel comfortable. So I hope we get these things. We want to thank you, our lecturer. And please, on this our particular YouTube page, continue to follow us and share this, and you will see the length at which you're going to know a greater number of things that you never thought was in existence before. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.